Gonna come back here. Come back here. Let's get this thing jumping, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world.
What's
Let's
good?
change the world, let's 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 change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Some don't know the effects they have on others when everything that we do affects our younger brothers and sisters. To me, it seems that the facts have missed us. Who will be there to reach down and hug and kiss us? Frankly, the current state that we're in needs to be discussed. Self-respect is a must. We need to tone down the lust. Avoid the fact that it provides a pleasant rush. But who in this world can you trust? The answer to that is yourself. Don't take what that man says off the bat. Pick that book up off the shelf. That don't mean not to trust. That means to take what he's saying, think about it, and then come back and discuss. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world. Change up the world for the boys and the girls, because if we don't change it up, we gonna make it in this world. We need to focus on the present and think less about the past, cause if we keep it up like this, then that's gonna be our fucking day. You gotta know just where you're coming from to get where you're going, so get on your search for knowledge, cause there's power in knowing. We need to pick up more books and read them cover to cover, and have you get the information, pass it to your brother, spread it to the whole world. If you know it ain't fake, you'll be surprised the difference in this world that one man can make. That's good and bad in everybody, but you gotta bounce it out. And if we all found that, we change the world, no doubt. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. Let's change the world, 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 let's change the world. Let's just unite, let's stop the rapes and stop the fights and stop the murders in the world. We gotta change the world.
I hope y'all ready, man. I hope y'all are ready, man. I hope y'all are ready. I got a great episode lined up, man. I hope y'all are ready, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. And hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Today, I'm going to be doing something very, very, very different, man. Very, very different, man. I'm going to be talking to Gemini. Right? So on this phone, this is a new phone I got. It's got AI on it, and Google's got a new AI voice bot, chat bot called Gemini. So I want to talk to Gemini today because I'm not an old man. I like technology. I like technology. I just know in this world you got to make technology work for you. Because if you are not in the right state of mind, or if you're impressionable and you pick up these apps, these AI assistant apps like Gemini or Siri and things like that, if you don't know how to if you don't have a good solid foundation, these things they can distract you big time. What's good, Dragonfly? What's good? What's good? I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much. But I'm gonna be talking about I'm gonna be talking. Let's talk to Gemini today. So I got her hooked up to my to my car speakers. Need anyone deleted? Let me know. Facts. I thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Oliver. Greetings from Puerto Rico. Thank you. And you know it's crazy. It said I got one person in here, but I got multiple people commenting. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, man. Fake ass internet. Fake. All this shit is fake. Now, let's ask her some questions. If y'all have any questions, YouTube is fake. If y'all have any questions for Gemini that you want me to ask her, type it in down below. But I want to start. I want to ask her about. I want to start and I want to ask her about the single situation, because I'm a single man, you know, and I've heard statistics. I heard some serious statistics, and I want to ask her what she thinks, or what, you know, the AI thinks. And I got my Gemini assistant as a female voice. It's like a black female's voice, you know, and it's so scary. It's so scary. They have it to where you can customize the voice to be whatever's comfortable for you. It's like about 6 or 7 different voice types. That's scary to me. I mean, because it's like whatever's comfortable for you. Let's go. Let's go. Right. Gemini, how are you doing today?
As a large language model, I don't experience feelings in the same way humans do. However, I am functioning optimally and ready to assist you with any questions or tasks you might have. It's a bright and sunny Tuesday afternoon here in SoCasty, South Carolina, and I'm ready to learn and help. How can I be of service to you today?
It's crazy. She done said where I'm at and everything. This shit crazy. Crazy. See, this shit's invasive already. She already knows where I'm at. So, crazy. All right, so let's go. Let me ask her about. So Gemini, I've heard about in the future they say about 40% of women will be single and childless. Is that true?
I couldn't find a contact named Jim in your contact list.
Hold up, I didn't say Jim. Okay, hold on. All right, I have a question about the statistics about women being single and childless in the near future. What do you think about that?
It appears there is a notable trend towards more women being single and childless in the near future. Here's a breakdown of the key statistics and contributing factors. Key statistics and projections. Significant increase expected. A recent Morgan Stanley study projects that approximately 45% of women aged 25 to 44 will be single and childless by 2030. This would be the largest share in history, up from 41% in 2018. Rising childlessness. Data from 2020 indicated that 1 in 6 women reaching the end of their childbearing years, ages 40 to 44, had never given birth. This is an increase from 14% in 2016. More childless women than expected. In 2022, there were 4.7 million more childless women aged 20 to 39 in the U.S. than would have been expected based on pre-recession fertility patterns. Lower fertility rate. The U.S. fertility rate reached a historic low in 2023, with a growing proportion of women aged 25 to 44 having never given birth. Increase in unpartnered adults. In 2019, roughly 38% of adults aged 25 to 54 were unpartnered, neither married nor living with a partner. All of the growth in this population since 1990 comes from a rise in the number of never married individuals. Contributing factors. Delayed marriage. Women are increasingly choosing to postpone marriage or remain single. This is a significant shift from previous generations, where marrying in the early 20s was more common. Many women now prioritize personal development and careers. Focus on career and personal interests. A considerable percentage of adults without children, particularly in younger age groups, state that they want to focus on their careers, interests, and personal happiness as a major reason for not having children. Financial independence. With more women becoming primary earners and making up a larger share of the workforce, they have increased financial independence, allowing them to prioritize personal fulfillment. Concerns about work-life balance and cost of raising children. The challenges of balancing work and family life, along with the high cost of raising children, contribute to the decision to remain childless. Changing society.
Selfishness. Selfishness is all she's saying. Let's go. Oh, keep going. Keep going. Keep reading.
All right, I'm ready. What's on your mind?
Oh man, so she stopped. I shouldn't have stopped her. Hold on, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can keep her reading.
It appears there is a notable trend towards more women being single and childless.
All right, I stopped her, and let me see. Okay, boom. So with the statistics of those women being single and childless, would that be a good thing for humanity's survival or a bad thing?
The question of whether a rising number of single, childless women is good or bad for humanity's survival is complex and doesn't have a simple answer. It touches upon various interconnected aspects, including demographics, societal structures, individual well-being, and the environment. Here's a breakdown of the different facets to consider. Demographic impact, lower fertility rates. A significant increase in single and childless women directly contributes to lower overall fertility rates in a population. Globally, fertility rates have been declining. While some might see this as a threat to population replacement in the long run, others argue that overpopulation poses a more immediate challenge to the planet's resources and sustainability. Changing population structures. Fewer children being born leads to an aging population, which can have implications for the workforce, social security systems, and healthcare demands. However, this is a complex issue influenced by many factors, including increased life expectancy, societal and economic implications, shifting gender roles. The rise of single, childless women often reflects broader societal shifts in gender roles, with more women prioritizing education, careers, and personal fulfillment outside of traditional family structures. This can lead to greater female economic empowerment and contributions to the workforce. Economic impact. Some studies suggest that single, childless women may have greater financial independence and potentially contribute differently to the economy through their spending and investment patterns. Social support networks. Childless individuals may build different kinds of social support networks beyond family, relying more on friends, communities, and other relationships. Research on the well-being of childless individuals in later life presents mixed findings, with some studies suggesting potential for increased loneliness for certain groups, e.g., unmarried men, and others indicating strong social engagement among childless women. Evolving societal norms. As the number of single and childless individuals increases, societal norms and expectations around marriage and parenthood may continue to evolve, potentially leading to greater acceptance of diverse life choices. Environmental considerations. Reduced environmental footprint. Having fewer children generally translates to a smaller environmental footprint in terms of resource consumption and carbon emissions. From this perspective, a rise in childlessness could be seen as beneficial for the planet's long-term sustainability, individual well-being, autonomy, and fulfillment. For many women, choosing to be single and/or childless can lead to greater personal autonomy, the ability to pursue personal goals, and a sense of fulfillment aligned with their individual values. Studies have indicated that single, childless women can report high levels of happiness. Involuntary childlessness. It's crucial to remember that not all women who are single and childless have made that choice. Involuntary childlessness, due to factors like not finding a partner or facing infertility, can be a source of significant distress. Overall impact on humanity's survival. It's unlikely that the increasing number of single, childless women will be the sole or primary determinant of humanity's survival. Survival depends on a multitude of factors, including sustainable resource management, how we manage and conserve Earth's resources, technological advancement, innovations in areas like food production, energy, and medicine, global health and well-being. addressing pandemics, ensuring access to healthcare, and promoting overall well-being. Peace and cooperation, avoiding large-scale conflicts and fostering international collaboration. In conclusion, the trend of more women being single and childless is a significant demographic and social shift with multifaceted consequences. While it contributes to lower fertility rates, which can be viewed both as a challenge and a potential benefit in the context of overpopulation, it also reflects increasing gender equality and individual autonomy. The impact on humanity's survival will depend on how societies adapt to these demographic changes and address the broader challenges facing the world. It's not inherently good or bad, but rather a complex reality with diverse implications that will continue to unfold. According to a Morgan Stanley study, approximately 45% of women aged 25 to 44 are projected to be single and childless by 2030. This indicates a significant demographic shift is underway.
All right. So thank you so much, Gemini, for breaking that down. I wanted to touch on a lot of that. For one, Gemini, the only pros that she said that were good about it was selfishness and happiness and individualism. You know, selfishness, financial independence, happiness, shit like that. Pointlessness, useful. Because I'm useless. Because I'm gonna say something. If you're trying to live your life as an individual and attain selfishness and personal happiness at the expense of the whole world or community, you don't need to be in the community. Because if you're only worried about your personal happiness and your self-gain, how are we going to benefit as a whole world or community when you got a bunch of individuals trying to worry about selfishness and happiness? It won't work. A world, a society, a community, a planet will not function with everybody with individual interests only. It won't work. If this world was only focused on individuality, you would have billionaires just having their shit together and not building industries and infrastructures for people who don't have their shit together. So for all the billionaires who got their money and got their lives together, if it was a world built on individualism and selfishness only and personal happiness only, they wouldn't have made companies and factories and infrastructures and buildings and businesses in industries to where everybody could profit and participate. You see what I'm saying? If this world was a bunch of selfish individuals, we wouldn't even be nowhere right now. So this world is not designed, humans were not designed for selfish personal interests only. That is a surefire way to for the world to fall apart. So that is first and foremost. Secondly, they said roughly about half of the women, 45%, will be single and childless. No, before that, let me talk about the loneliness. It said loneliness would be for single men like me. And I'm gonna tell you something, I'm feeling that. I feel it all the time. I'm not lonely to the point where I don't have nobody to talk to because I have my children and shit like that. I got a job, I got people, I'm still in society. I got friends and family and shit like that. So I'm not totally isolated and disconnected. Thank you, bro. I'm not totally isolated and disconnected, but I am a lonely single man who doesn't have a partner. I haven't had a partner for over about 3 years. You see what I'm saying? You know, I've had women come and go type shit, but I haven't had a partner in about 3 years. And that's not the way I would like that's not the way I would like to live my life. You see what I'm saying? So I have to be real about this. It does affect men, the single women and the motherless, childless women. It does affect men a whole lot because we, as men, we are innately not dependent on women, but we need women for our life and our survival. We need you. We need each other. Let me say this, men and women need each other. I speak the same talk every day. I'm so sorry, y'all, but this is it. I understand the bigger picture now. We're headed to a place where we're at a place now socially where we're almost at a social standstill. And I don't want to keep this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to, I don't want to see my children go through this. Don't want to see my daughter go through this. I don't want to go through this. So I'm doing what I can to speak up about it and raise awareness, even though nobody wants to hear, even though it's only a few of us. I still have to do my part. Now, the women are, with them being 45% single and childless within the next 4 years, shows you that something is definitely happening and underway. Let me ask Gemini another question. Let me ask Gemini a serious question. All right, Gemini, I have a question about...
Hey there, how can I help you today?
Okay. I have a question about the rise in mental illness in women. Where's that deriving from?
The rise in mental illness among women is a complex issue stemming from a combination of biological, psychological, and social factors. It's important to understand that these factors often interact and are not mutually exclusive. Here's a breakdown of where this rise is believed to derive from. 1. Biological factors. Hormonal fluctuations. Women experience significant hormonal shifts throughout their lives, including during puberty, menstruation, pregnancy, postpartum, perimenopause, and menopause. These fluctuations in hormones like estrogen and progesterone can significantly impact mood regulation and increase vulnerability to conditions like depression and anxiety. For instance, some women experience premenstrual dysphoric disorder, PMDD, severe mood disturbances related to the menstrual cycle, perinatal depression, depression during pregnancy, or in the first year after childbirth, linked to dramatic hormonal changes and the stress of new motherhood. It's estimated that up to 1 in 10 women experience depression during pregnancy and 1 in 6 in the first year after birth. Anxiety is thought to be equally common during this period. Perimenopausal depression, increased risk of depression during the transition to menopause due to erratic hormone levels. The drop in estrogen can lead to mood swings and anxiety. Neurobiological differences. There are potential differences in brain structure and function, as well as neurotransmitter levels, like serotonin, which plays a role in mood regulation, between men and women. Women are thought to produce less serotonin and process it more slowly. Genetics and family history. A family history of mental illness can increase a woman's susceptibility to developing similar conditions. 2. Psychological factors. Trauma and abuse. Women are statistically more likely to experience certain types of trauma, such as sexual abuse and domestic violence. These experiences can have long-lasting and severe impacts on mental health, significantly increasing the risk of conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, and anxiety. Rape is the #1 precipitating event for PTSD in women, and a high percentage of juvenile sexual abuse victims are girls. Stress and coping mechanisms. Women may experience unique stressors related to societal expectations, work-life balance, often juggling careers and caregiving responsibilities, and discrimination. The way individuals cope with stress can also influence their mental health outcomes. Body image issues and eating disorders. Societal pressures and cultural definitions of beauty can disproportionately affect women, contributing to negative body image and a higher prevalence of eating disorders compared to men. 3. Social and environmental factors. Gender inequality and discrimination. Despite progress, women often face disadvantages in socioeconomic power, status, and position. Issues like income inequality, lack of access to resources, and discrimination can contribute to stress, low self-esteem, and mental health problems. Caregiving responsibilities. Women often bear a disproportionate amount of responsibility for childcare and caring for sick or elderly family members, which can lead to overload, burnout, and increased stress. Social support. Lack of adequate social support from family, friends, or community can exacerbate mental health difficulties. Conversely, strong social support can be protective. Major life transitions. Events like pregnancy, motherhood, infertility, perinatal loss, relationship breakdown, separation, divorce, widowhood, and menopause can create significant emotional and psychological stress. Poverty and economic hardship. Women living in poverty are more likely to experience poor mental health due to factors like financial insecurity, lack of access to healthcare, and increased exposure to violence. Discrimination based on sexuality and gender identity. Women who identify as lesbian, bisexual, or transgender face higher rates of anxiety, depression, and suicide risk due to discrimination, exclusion, bullying, and lack of support. Societal expectations and gender roles. Traditional gender roles and expectations can place significant pressure on women, contributing to feelings of inadequacy and stress. Evidence of the rise. Statistics indicate a concerning trend of increasing mental health issues among women, higher prevalence. Women are generally more likely than men to experience common mental disorders like anxiety and depression. Recent data from the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH, in 2022 showed that 26.4% of adult women in the U.S. had any mental illness, AMI, compared to 19.7% of men. For serious mental illness, SMI, the prevalence was 7.1% in women and 4.8% in men. Increased rates over time. Some studies show a steady increase in rates of common mental health problems in women over the past few decades, while rates in men have remained relatively stable. Young women at higher risk. Young women ages 16 to 24 are particularly vulnerable, with significantly higher rates of common mental disorders, self-harm, and PTSD compared to young men. Impact of the pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic appears to have disproportionately affected women's mental health, with many reporting new or worsening anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress symptoms due to increased caregiving responsibilities, economic insecurity, and health-related stressors. In conclusion, the rise in mental illness among women is a multifaceted issue driven by a complex interplay of biological vulnerabilities, psychological experiences, and social disadvantages. Addressing this requires a holistic approach that considers these interconnected factors and promotes gender equality, reduces violence against women, provides adequate social support, and ensures access to mental health services tailored to women's specific needs.
All right. Thank you so much, Gemini. I appreciate you. Now, basically, let me wrap up what she just said. Other than the hormonal changes, and they go through hormonal changes, she said about 5 or 6 different changes in their lives. My daughter's going through one right now, puberty, right now. She's going through that shit right now. I'm getting bumps and attitude swings and mood swings. I'm always having to be there to tell her, hey, calm down, relax. Hey, relax. It's okay. I'm living it right now. I'm witnessing it in my prepubescent daughter. Now, other than the hormonal changes, the only thing that's causing the increase of the mental illness in women is life. And see, this is why you have to have a good, strong parents. This is why you need good, strong parents, because as parents, it's our job to prepare our children for the stresses and the problems and the solutions of this fucking earth. It is our job. It's our job as parents to prepare our children for the stresses that are gonna come. And the reason why most of these women are having problems, because their mamas wasn't there to teach them. Their fathers weren't there to teach them because mom and dad was at work. Daddy wasn't even there because mama wasn't around daddy. She wasn't with daddy, so daddy wasn't there. Mama was at work, so the children are getting no life skills. Mama and them don't have life skills because all they know is work. Daddy don't get no life skills because all we know is work. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the average fucking parent. They ain't got no life skills to teach to their children because they're just school to work pipeline. School to work pipeline. So most parents, I'm gonna tell y'all some real true fact. Well, this ain't a fact. This ain't a fact. But I'm gonna tell y'all, and from my perspective, most parents, if you went to that school to work pipeline, your mind didn't develop past high school. Most adults don't have Most adults have a high school mentality, even in their 50s, 40s, 30s, 60s. It don't matter what year they are. Most adults in this day and age who went through that school to work pipeline, they only have the mentality of a high schooler. They peaked out at high school. They didn't have a parent that was developing them and giving them the developmental deal with it skills of life. They didn't have that. They had a it's okay, good job, here's a reward for participating ass, pass you through and don't even prepare you for shit. So now when you out here experiencing this world and these hardships and these problems, your ass don't know what to fucking do. And then you got to go to who? Your parent. Who is your parent? The guidance counselor. Who is your parent? Your therapist. Who is your parent? Your therapist. Who is your parent? Your caseworker. Who is your parent? Your social worker. Who is your fucking parent? Your teacher. You don't get it. Most of y'all didn't even get no developmental skills to pass on to your children because your parents didn't get none. It's a cycle of broken people breaking people. And then you go to your teacher, your master, your owner, your boss, your caregiver, aka you know what. And you go to them for everything. You have a cough, you go to your caretaker. You have a scratch, you go to your caretaker. You have no knowledge of self. You have no knowledge, no wisdom of self-sufficiency. You have no wisdom of self-determination. All you know is go report in, check in. And the person who is above you will tell you what to do. Most of adults in this world do not have a mentality past fucking high school. It's pathetic. That's why I'm gonna tell y'all something. Most people, they don't like dealing with a person who has the knowledge. They don't. They'll treat you like you're the wrong. They'll treat you like you're in the wrong, but you're not. See, I know how to take my probiotics. I know what my body needs. My body tells me. See, our bodies are so perfect. Oh my God, do I gotta do this? Yeah, I do. I think I do. Your body's so perfect. It tells your brain exactly what it needs. Your body is so perfect. If you're thirsty, like right now, I'm thirsty. I'm drinking coffee, but the coffee dehydrates. It's not a hydrant. I'm drinking coffee to stimulate brain and neurons and caffeine and get my shit sparking so I can give y'all some quick, good thoughts. You see what I'm saying? I'm smoking my tobacco, my cigar, so I can, connect with the atmosphere. Put a libation in the air to connect. I got my incense burning so I can connect and put my libation, put my See, I know how to connect. I know how to connect with the earth. I know how to listen to my body. My body tells me, baby, you thirsty right now. Drink some water. So when I go in that house, I'm gonna guzzle about a big 8-ounce glass of alkaline water. I'm gonna guzzle it. And then I'm gonna take my vitamins. See, I know how to live. I didn't eat breakfast yet. I get up and I clean, I cook, and I use the bathroom and I pass on yesterday's food as soon as I wake up. So then I'm fresh. Then I drink my coffee to flush my toilet even more. Then I drink my water to flush my toilet even more. You get it? And then around 3 or 4 o'clock, maybe 5 p.m., then I eat. See, but my kids, they eat. They get up. You get your cereal, okay, you have your cereal, whatever I cook, whatever. But me, I'm eating on food. See, I know how to listen to my body. You do what you're told. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Bullshit. You need some food if you're gonna be out and about and you doing stuff to be physical. You need food for energy to be doing stuff, but you don't need to be slamming a full breakfast, egg, sausage, muffin, carbs, stuffing, puffing, scuffing, eggy, cheesy. You don't need to be stuffing that in your body first thing as you wake up. Look at your gut. Look at your arms. Look at your legs. And tell me you need that shit. You don't need it. You're programmed. For your whole life, you've been programmed to do that, but it's not how you're supposed to do things. See, me, I know how to listen to my body. My body goes when he's hungry. He'll tell me when he wants some food, and then that's when I'll listen to him and give him some. I'm not waking up to live to eat. I'm not waking up to smoke. I'm waking up to live. Wake up, clean my environment. Wake up, freshen up, do this, do that, get everything straight. Get the day ready. Get the kids ready. Do their schoolwork, whatever. Then get them some food, and then I eat later. It's not about. See, y'all don't know how to listen to your bodies. But let me ask. Does anybody? Oliver said when we see today's generation compared to mine, it's like we were like the last generation. Yeah, for real. For real. And look, you're a generation ahead of me. You're like 2 generations ahead of me. I'm the generation, I'm 39 years old. I'm almost 40. So I'm about 30 years behind you, or 20 some years behind you. So y'all got to understand, right now where I'm at, I'm holding on to a large amount of information that is almost lost in transmission. It's like these people get wiped cleaner and cleaner from normalcy and humanity every fucking generation. Y'all get taken further and further from life every generation. It's so sad. People think it's taboo and weird to grow vegetables and grow food, but everything you eat and everything you survive off of is grown. That fake food, I ain't talking about that. The bullshit candy and trash, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about all the real food that you survive off of. Your eggs, your meats, your this, your that, your vegetables, your fruits, your dairy, your this, all that shit is grown. All of that takes sun energy. All of that shit takes water and photosynthesis. All of it takes nourishment and time and energy. And I'm going to tell you something. We used to know how to do all that. Everybody back in the day had chickens, goats, cows, land, sweet potatoes, corn. Everybody grew something. Now, you think it's taboo to be a real human being. You think it's taboo to do what God made you to do. And the saddest part about it is, see, even people like for me, there's no excuse for none of us, because right now I don't have land and shit like that. But I got about 15 pots on my porch. And pretty much my whole porch, I turned it into a garden. And there's no excuses. There's no excuses, man. The only excuse is you don't want to live normal life. You want to be a city slicker, and you want to wait on a truck to bring you your life's necessities. You're dependent on the logistic system to keep you alive. Hey, Oliver, I just said that. Look, we was thinking the same thing at the same time, because you was typing it as I was saying it. People live off delivery trucks. People are so pathetic. You got all these fat, sorry, unhealthy, skinny, unhealthy people who think they don't have to do nothing to survive but push buttons and spend money. That's where we're at. You got these unhealthy, sorry, lazy people who think all they have to do to survive is push the button and spend money. And they made it so comfortable and convenient to where you don't even have to leave your door anymore. You could be a loser. Now, for people who have health issues and things like that, I understand. But you could be a fat loser, 300-pound man who's just sheer lazy and pathetic. and you could push a button, order shit to come straight to your door and never had to leave. That's where we're living at now. And they've done this by design to keep you from wanting to be a normal, natural human. So now that most of y'all are not normal, natural humans, you're artificially dependent on a truck and a company to survive. This is where y'all are at right now. And AI knows your survival is at a decline. But they'll spin it to where they'll say, oh, it's a good thing because it's less people to have a less digital footprint on the earth. Less people, less what? Let me ask Gemini another question. Gemini, what do you think the repercussions of this trade war between China and the USA will be?
The trade war between China and the USA, which has escalated significantly with both nations imposing tariffs exceeding 100% on a wide range of goods, is expected to have substantial and negative repercussions on both economies and the global landscape. Here's a breakdown of the likely consequences. For the USA, increased inflation. Tariffs act as a tax on imports, leading to higher prices for consumers on a wide array of goods, including clothing, toys, electronics, and household items. Estimates suggest that the recent tariffs could significantly increase apparel and food prices, disproportionately affecting lower and middle-income households. Some economists predict inflation could reach as high as 4% by the end of the year. Reduced GDP growth and potential recession. Higher import costs can reduce consumer purchasing power and business investment, leading to slower economic growth. Several analyses indicate that the current tariffs could reduce the U.S. GDP by around 0.8% to 1.0%. The disruption to supply chains, particularly in key sectors like automotive, chemicals, and electronics, could further exacerbate this, increasing the risk of a recession in the U.S. economy. Job losses. Some studies predict significant job losses in the U.S. due to reduced economic activity and decreased demand for goods. Estimates suggest hundreds of thousands of jobs could be lost. Impact on specific sectors. Manufacturing. While the aim of some tariffs is to bring manufacturing back to the U.S., many companies will face higher input prices and supply chain disruption. Replicating China's established manufacturing infrastructure and supply networks in the U.S. faces significant hurdles and higher labor costs. Agriculture. China's retaliatory tariffs heavily target U.S. agricultural exports, potentially harming American farmers. Automotive and related sectors. These industries are likely to be hit by higher U.S. tariffs, supply chain disruptions, and reduced consumer purchasing power. Clean energy transition. Tariffs on Chinese-made batteries and critical minerals could hinder the growth of the renewable energy sector in the U.S., as China holds significant production capacity in these areas. Increased household burden. The average U.S. household could see a significant increase in their expenses due to higher prices on imported goods. For China, economic slowdown. Reduced exports to the U.S., a major trading partner, will likely put negative pressure on China's already slowing economy. Impact on manufacturing. Chinese manufacturers will face significant challenges due to high tariffs, potentially leading to decreased production and job losses. Export controls. China has implemented export controls on critical minerals, which could disrupt global supply chains and impact the clean energy transition worldwide. The long-term effects on Chinese critical mineral producers will depend on the duration of these controls and global demand. Reduced technological advancement. Limited access to U.S. technology and research partnerships could hinder China's advancements in emerging technologies and R&D for the global economy. Increased risk of global recession. As the world's two largest economies engage in a trade war, the risk of a global economic slowdown or recession increases significantly. Disruption of global supply chain. The trade war will force international businesses to adapt to new realities, potentially leading to less efficient and more costly supply chains. Trade diversion. Some bystander countries whose exports are substitutes for U.S. and Chinese goods might see increased trade. However, this benefit might be offset by the overall negative impact on global demand. Impact on clean energy transition. China's export controls on critical minerals could affect the global deployment of clean energy technologies. Increased uncertainty and reduced investment. The trade war creates significant uncertainty in global markets, which can lead to reduced investment and slower economic growth worldwide. Geopolitical implications. Worsening bilateral relations. The trade war will likely further strain the already tense relationship between the U.S. and China. Impact on international cooperation. The trade war could undermine multilateral trade agreements and lead to increased protectionism globally. Currency manipulation. China might devalue its currency to offset the impact of tariffs, which could further escalate tensions. Overall assessment. Most economic analyses suggest that there are no real winners in a trade war of this magnitude. Both the U.S. and China will likely experience economic pain, with consumers and businesses bearing the brunt of higher costs and reduced economic activity. The global economy also faces significant risks due to disrupted trade flows and increased uncertainty. While some countries might see short-term benefits from trade diversion, the long-term consequences for global growth and stability are likely to be negative. The current situation, with tariffs exceeding 100%, represents a significant escalation that could lead to more severe repercussions than previous rounds of the trade dispute.
All right. So I know a lot of people don't like to hear stuff like that, but thank you, Gemini, for that great breakdown. A lot of people don't like to hear stuff like that, but they say, better, you always saying something bad's going to happen, this and that. I didn't say nothing. Gemini just said it. Better just pays attention to the trends of the world. I always paid attention to the trends of the world because I'm in this world. I love this world. God made this world for us to live in or be trapped in or whatever you want to call it. But I love this world. And I'm going to say this. What Gemini just told us is not a good situation for none of us. And let me ask Gemini one more thing. Hold on. Because I heard that there's over 200 million job losses in China. Hold on. Gemini, how many? I heard that there's over 200 million job losses in China. Is that true?
It is highly unlikely and not supported by available data that there have been over 200 million job losses in China due to the trade war with the USA. Okay. That figure is exceptionally high and doesn't align with current economic assessments.
Good.
Here's what the available information suggests.
Good.
No evidence of massive job losses.
Good.
While the trade war is expected to negatively impact the Chinese economy and potentially lead to
Good. That was fake news. That's why you gotta track your sources. But yeah, so basically it's not about dun dun dun. It's about if they can't get their goods over here, we can't buy the goods. And I'm gonna say this what they said about toys and stuff like this. I've watched thousands of movies, right? And pretty much I've seen hundreds of movies where they're based in the future, and in the future, toys are not available. Like nobody has toys in the future. And what I realize now is that, like, damn, I'm thinking in my head, like, how could there not be no toys? Like, why are toys such a valuable thing in the future? Like, what the heck? Then you think about it. Trade wars and things of that nature, collectibles, electronics, and things like that will be some of the most valuable things in the future, because whoever has access to like a movie or a toy, say if everything goes sour, right? Imagine how good it would make you feel to see your favorite movie at the end of the night. Like, it ain't no more battle going on. The battle stopped. Your PTSD, you're stressed out from dealing with the stress of the day. Imagine how stress-free that'll be to put your favorite movie on. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff's gonna be valuable in the future. And all this digital stream shit, it's not gonna be around. If we get to a situation where like power and grids and things like that, which they always tell us, our own government has been telling us for years that be prepared to be without power and stuff like that. So these are all things that are potential. It's not necessarily like just last night, my internet, I got Spectrum. My internet went out from the whole night until today from my whole area. So it's not about like your shit can go out anytime. You know, you could lose power at any time. You could not pay a bill and lose power. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the end of the world. It's about being prepared to live, man. Back in the days, they didn't have power. You know what I'm saying? They had candles. They had ice. They knew how to survive. They knew how to live. They hunted. They knew how to plant. They knew how to store their food. They knew how to pot their meat and jar and preserve and dry out their meats, and like people knew how to survive. But now I'll have a number two, extra fries, double size, with an extra large drink, double size. It's over. No skills, no hunting skills, no life skills, no building skills, no skills. So I understand why we're where we are where we at, but it's not good to see it, man. I keep trying to tell people, but I just wanted to let Gemini tell y'all today. I mean, you know, about the breakdowns on the mental health, the women, and this and that. I try to tell y'all over all these months. I keep telling y'all over all these years. I keep trying to tell y'all, you know, I keep trying to help people, keep trying to show them the what's up and what the way. And, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, man. So I'm just going to lead y'all there, man. It's up to you to take a sip, man. But, it's sad. It's very sad to see this shit. It's also good to be reaffirmed that I am telling the truth on most of these topics, because I don't speak nothing but statistics and analytics. I don't speak about opinions and how I feel, because how I feel about this shit, I'm a warrior. I don't have feelings as far as like, man, like as far as like preparing my children for stresses and things of the world. Pissing me off by showing me your notification late. No, that's all good, bro. Appreciate you for being here, bro. But yeah, you know how it goes. Just rewind it, cause I got to get off here anyway. My shit on 5%. My phone's on 5%, so I got to get off here anyway. But I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Yeah, man, you just gotta bro. I'm not playing, bro. You gotta show people the way, man. But I love y'all. Got a lot of shit to do. You know, I ain't got a lot of time. I thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button, man. You know what time it is. The Big Homie, Big Bad A, and it's the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. Let's go. The thing about that phone.